You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, GH fans, I've got spoilers for September and beyond. They're going to blow your mind. Kristina is single-handedly ruining her mom Alexis's life. Drew's got a proposal that could change everything, and Lucky is jealous when somebody else has their eye on his prize. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and let's talk about what's coming for September and deep into the rest of fall 2024 on General Hospital. As we head into colder weather, things warm up for Lulu Spencer, who is about to wake up. We're still waiting for official confirmation on who will play recast Lulu, but official ABC spoilers for the weeks ahead have Dante taking their son Rocco Falconer to General Hospital to see his dying mom. Laura is off chasing Lucky, hoping he can donate a piece of his liver, but longtime fans already know he is not a match for Lulu unless they do a major retcon and redo all the history of why Nicholas Cassadine was even brought onto the soap opera. Meanwhile, Nicholas's liver is up for grabs, but it's not up to snuff. There's something going on with his liver function. It's not going to hurt him, but he just can't donate. So everybody is scrambling for a way to save Lulu. The whole town's getting tested, but we know that Sam McCall's time is running out on GH. She is perfectly healthy, so some sort of terrible accident or event is going to be what takes her life. And how awful and soapy would it be for her death to bring Lulu back from her own near death? And on the plus side, it should give Dominic Zamprogna some excellent material for his Emme reel. Talk about Sophie's choice. That is terrible. Moving on from tragedy to romance, Ric Lansing only planned to come to Port Charles long enough to comfort his daughter Molly and her partner TJ Ashford and attend his grandbaby's funeral. But Scotty Baldwin is missing and handed Heather Weber's lucrative liability lawsuit over to Ric. But that's not what has the lawyer so giddy about staying in town. It seems the real reason he sticks around is to spend time with his ex-wife, Elizabeth Weber, who he never stopped loving. To Ric, Liz is the one that got away, and he's not going to let her get away again. But that gets complicated because Lucky Spencer is daydreaming of Elizabeth while he is held captive. Once Lucky's back to Port Chuck, Liz might have her hands full with two ex-lovers knocking at her door. I wonder if the writers are throwing us a bone with this front burner Liz plot, thinking that will distract us from the fact they fired Kelly Monaco and killed off Sam McCall. At the GH fan weekend, there was some chatter that Kelly and Becky Herbst were asked why they're not getting so many episodes. And of course, neither of them get to decide what they get, right? And Liz is staying, Sam is not. So maybe this is some sort of sideways peace offering to fans, but you can't replace one with another. And on the subject of love and romance, Cody Bell and Sasha Gilmore are falling for each other. But for some reason, Tracy Quartermaine has some issues with Cody getting together with Sasha. It sounds like it's more than just Tracy not wanting them making whoopee in the horse barn. I mean, why would Tracy care so much about who Cody romances? Looking back at his mother Dominique's life, there are some overlaps because she got into a mess that was linked to Tracy's horrible ex, Larry Ashton. So, you know, her father, the man who fathered her son. And it was Lucy Coe who carried a baby for Scotty and Dominique. And Lucy is always a thorn in Tracy's side and has been for decades. So we'll see why and what is going on with Tracy and Cody. Meanwhile, Alexis wants to protect Kristina, but is it going to cost her way too much? Alexis is so caught up in shielding Chrissy that she puts her own freedom at risk soon. Meanwhile, Kristina has no sense of self-preservation and has learned nothing from losing her baby as a result of getting into a confrontation with Ava that she had no business being in to start with. Because of Kristina, we're going to see Alexis grilled this week at the Port Charles Cop Shop. because Rick and Elizabeth Weber saw her dumping Sonny's missing gun off the footbridge. And the problem is, with the gun missing, they can't do a ballistics test unless they dredge the whole river and locate it. So it looks like Alexis was dumping a murder weapon. We know she wasn't, but it looks that way. And that puts Molly in the position of having to save her mom, who made a foolish choice while trying to save the always problematic Kristina. And Kristina, by the way, still wants to murder Ava because she refuses to accept responsibility for her own actions. Fall GH spoilers say it's down to Molly to save Alexis, but because Kristina won't do it and Alexis cannot do it. As I predicted, and now ABC Daytime has confirmed, Dr. Isaiah Gannon, the new hunk in town and friend of Lucky's, is going to find a job at GH and a possible love interest in gorgeous Jordan Ashford. She just saved his life from Sidwell's assassin, and now he's awake and saying Lucky's name. Good stuff ahead. Plus, Drew Kane knows he's putting both his personal and professional lives at risk by getting too close to Willow Corinthos. So to distract himself and keep his political career away from scandal and from ripping Willow's marriage apart, Drew is going to turn to her mom with a proposition. But is this proposition to Nina actually a proposal from Drew? I mean, Nina would be a good political wife, at least on paper. You know, she's a lifelong friend of McConkey's family. The thing is, we all know Willow and Drew are going to hit the sheets eventually. It's not a question of if, but when. And Nina is someone that Drew seems to think can distract him from Willow's forbidden fruit and all that inappropriate lust he's got built up for his niece-in-law. I am guessing that Nina would say yes to a proposal because he's a hunk who's hot in bed and about to be in office, but also because Nina doesn't want Drew to mess up Willow's marriage and her life. This definitely feels like a blast from GH past to some extent. You guys remember Tony Jones also slept with mother and daughter, although he didn't know it at the time. And more recently, Rick slept with both Alexis and her daughter Sam. And even more recently, gorgeous Griffin Monroe warmed Ava's sheets before breaking up with her and rolling around with Kiki Jerome in her sheets before she was brutally murdered. This is not uncharted territory, so fans shouldn't be that shocked when Drew takes Willow to bed. Fingers crossed. If we're going to go there, let's go all the way there. And Drew should impregnate Willow and we get something super duper soapy out of this mess. For now, though, Drew is eager for a distraction because he doesn't want to be just one more politician with a sleazy sex scandal dragging their campaign down. At least Nina has her eyes wide open about the man, so we'll see. I do think if he proposes, Nina is going to say yes, and it could be a win-win-win if Drew kept his zipper up, but he is a politician now, and that means he won't. All right, drop your comments on the sweet fall preview spoilers. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely come back soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt talking GH right here 7 days a week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.